And of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his...
I put all the pressure on me.
Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James with a textbook example how to take responsibility and lead.
And Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Cleveland.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Channing Frye out there with J.R. Smith. Then it's Mozgov. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Irving at the point. And the shot is good. Green's got the game tied up here for the Warriors. Passes it to Dellavedova. Irving against Thompson. Irving drives in.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Andrew Bogut checked in for Golden State. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. Love's checked in for Cleveland. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And Thompson kicks to Bogut. Here's Green. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that. Could you?
Yeah, right,
no.
Right. He probably just thrown on as a broadcaster. Yeah. Rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No. Irving passes to Smith. He dishes it to Dellavedova. He feeds it to Love. 6 on the shot clock. Off target from the baseline.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Adding to their lead, and you see that field goal percentage for the game steadily heading north.
And despite some of the injuries over the years, Andrew Bogut still one of the game's best shot blockers, averaging well over 2.5 a game in his career. And Greg, he protects the rim like few others can. A rugged play.
And in last season, almost 3 block shots per game. And with all the offensive firepower around him, I think it really allows him to play to his strengths. That's why having a great team is about pieces of the puzzle fitting. He's a terrific piece for this group.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
And getting back to Bogut, people forget he's a pretty good athlete. The reason he was drafted #1 overall way back when was because of his insane combination of size and movement skills. That's why he remains one of the excellent shot blockers in the league today.
The Warriors have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Barnes kicks to Bogut, pulls up. And the shot is long. The Cavaliers trailing. Curry with the steal. Here's Barnes. Mozgov with the block, but he recovers it. There's the dish to Bogut. Back to Barnes. Golden State moving the ball around. Thompson with the bucket.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement. And when you talk about Bogut, I think the Warriors' incredible regular season inspired him. He didn't have to be the star. He just had to anchor that deed. Sometimes when you give a guy a specific task to be the best at, that's when he delivers the most.
Got that one up quick. And that's 10 points for Steph Curry.
Great job from behind the arc this quarter. I mean, shooting just under 60% for the game. I mean, that's smoking. The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of...
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Mazili's checked in for Bogut. Ian Clark comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. There's Green with the three. Great D that time from Love. Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around certainly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run, great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots, and James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest scoring trio in the league last year.
And he gets it to go. Love's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
The three from Barnes. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss. The Cavaliers trail by 4. 1:12 left to play here in the half. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Warriors. Iguodala comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Rush in for Barnes. And Cleveland also making a change. Channing Frye's checked in for Kevin Love. And the call will be against Sean Livingston.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
First one falls for him.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs, and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
And speaking of Irving's star status, last season a signature shoe in his name. I see, in fact, you and Clark are wearing them tonight. That's always a big deal.
Kevin, that's an elite club to be in. Only the true superstars get that kind of status. He certainly got the flash to go with the substance.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
The Warriors making a switch here. Spates is checked in. Iguodala, that's good.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting. And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter. Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that's basic basketball time management. You've got to be aware of your clock and your situation. I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low.
And that one's good by Clark.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Yeah, and it's really and you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really,
big try.
In a game, you guys, in a game.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.